And we are talking live via Skype with Michael Iceberg himself. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Charlie.
And we're going to start working on a new segment here for the website. That is michaelicebergmusic.com, and a new feature called Ask Michael. And the very first question for Ask Michael is, Michael, tell us about the very first public gig you did with the Iceberg Machine. Your first paying job that you did, where you had all your equipment set up and you did a live show for someone.
Well, my first live performance was not with the Iceberg Machine. It was with what became the Iceberg Machine. I had a Wurlitzer 4300D and two Leslie speakers. And it was a place called the Leather Jug in Snowmass Village, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And I started in Thanksgiving of 1969. And pretty soon I was playing at night as well as après-ski in between the band. And the very first time that the owner of the Leather Jug asked me what he should put in the newspaper, he wanted to know if he should put Michael Iceberg. What did he want? What should it say? And I just jokingly said, well, say Michael Iceberg and the Iceberg Machine. And it was just off the top of my head. And little did I realize, because after the ski season was over in 1970, which would have been the spring of 1970, I was driving to Mexico. And meeting some people in San Francisco to drive in a group to Mexico. And you go right through a place called Vacaville. And I went to this wonderful restaurant called the Nut Tree. And I'm a pilot. And this restaurant had an airport. And I liked toys, and it had a toy store. And the food was so great that I called them that night and asked them if they'd like to see this Iceberg Machine I had. Mm-hmm. And they were such open-minded people that they said, yeah. So the next day I drove back from San Francisco, where I had called them from. I had a Volkswagen bus with all my clothes in it. I had to take all my clothes and put them on the sidewalk and take out the organ and the two Leslie speakers. And I played for them Moody Blues in The Wizard of Oz. Kind of a combo thing I had done. They hired me on the spot. And I was to start in 30 days. And I went to Mexico, and when I came back, they had made that set from the picture of that that said the Iceberg Machine on it. And up until that time, it hadn't become visually the Iceberg Machine. And very quickly after that, I got two Chamberlains, which required that I got a PA system, which you could see in that picture from Vacaville, that there's a Shure PA, two columns, they're gray. And because the sounds of the Chamberlain you wouldn't send through Leslie speakers, they were made for organ sounds. And that was where the Iceberg Machine really came into being, was in Vacaville, California, at this wonderful place.
Great.
And the Nut Tree's maybe I have such terrific feelings for it. And I hope maybe somebody has a picture from what they built the next year. They built a little house for me to play in, right in the same area. They were really great artists. Anyway, I hope that gives you an idea, a little bit, of when this started to happen.
Thank you, Michael.